They say growth is beautiful, but they never tell you it's lonely. They never tell you that healing will break your heart before it frees it. Sometimes growth doesn't look like light. It looks like walking away from everything that once felt safe. The dark side of growth isn't evil, it's honesty. It's the moment you finally stop pretending and start seeing the truth. I stopped explaining myself. I used to explain everything, my feelings, my silence, even my pain, until I realized people don't listen to understand, they listen to defend. Now, I let my silence do the explaining. It never argues, and it never begs. I learned to walk away without closure. I stopped waiting for apologies that would never come. Sometimes peace isn't about getting answers. It's about deciding you don't need them anymore. Healing starts the moment you stop reopening what already bled. I stopped chasing people who made me doubt my worth. If you have to beg for love, it's not love. Real love doesn't make you chase, it meets you halfway. I stopped running after those who only turned back when I walked away. I learned that detachment is power, not coldness. I used to think caring less meant I'd lost my heart, but the truth is, I was finally protecting it. Detachment isn't about feeling nothing. It's about feeling everything without letting it destroy you. I stopped trying to fix broken people. You can't heal someone who finds comfort in their own pain. I used to think love could save anyone. Now I know. Love can't save a person who doesn't want to be free. I learned to protect my energy. Not everything deserves a reaction. Not everyone deserves access to me. My peace became expensive, and not everyone can afford it. I started listening to actions, not promises. People show you who they are every day, not with words, but with patterns. Now I don't believe what they say. I believe what they repeat. I accepted that not everyone will understand my silence. Some people mistake peace for distance. But silence isn't absence, it's alignment. The right ones will never be scared of your calm. I stopped seeking validation. I used to chase approval like it was oxygen. But being liked by everyone means being known by no one. Now I'd rather be misunderstood for my truth than loved for my performance. I learned to find peace in solitude. Being alone isn't punishment, it's clarity. Solitude teaches you the sound of your own soul. And once you hear it, noise will never comfort you again. I started saying no without guilt. At first it felt selfish. Then it started feeling peaceful. Every no to them was a yes to me. I stopped waiting for the right time. There's no perfect moment, only the one you decide to take. Fear doesn't leave, you just learn to move with it. I learned to let people misunderstand me. I don't correct lies anymore. Truth defends itself in time. I don't have to. I stopped calling chaos passion. Not every intense connection is love. Some are just familiar pain wearing a new face. I learned that peace feels boring when you come from trauma. At first, calm feels wrong because pain was home for too long. But peace isn't empty. It's just quiet enough to finally hear yourself. I stopped expecting people to love me the way I love them. Everyone gives love in the language they know. Expecting depth from someone still learning to swim will only drown you both. I started choosing people who choose me. It's not about effort anymore. It's about reciprocity. Love shouldn't feel like convincing. I learned to forgive without reopening doors. Forgiveness doesn't mean access. I can wish you well and still walk away. I stopped overthinking what I can't control. Peace began when I stopped replaying things that already happened. You can't heal in the same mind that broke you. I learned to take responsibility for my triggers. It wasn't always them. Sometimes it was me, reacting from old wounds. Healing meant facing the mirror, not the enemy. I stopped mistaking attachment for love. Clinging isn't connection, it's fear of loss. Real love lets you breathe. I started trusting my intuition again. That quiet voice inside you? It's not fear, it's wisdom. It's the version of you that already knows. I learned to rest, not quit. Burnout doesn't mean failure. It means you gave too much without giving to yourself. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is pause. I stopped living for potential. I used to fall for what people could be. Now I only invest in what they choose to be. I learned that growth isn't loud. Sometimes evolution looks like disappearing for a while. Healing doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it just looks like peace. I stopped comparing timelines. Everyone's journey is different. You're not behind. You're just on your own route. I started letting things end gracefully. Not everything needs a fight. Some endings are just quiet exits disguised as mercy. I learned to love people from a distance. Sometimes love means letting them live without you. Not every story needs a reunion to be meaningful. I stopped trying to be understood by everyone. You outgrow the need to explain your piece. The ones meant for you will never require translation. I realize freedom doesn't come from becoming more. It comes from letting go. Letting go of control, of timelines, of needing to be seen, heard, chosen. Freedom is not the absence of pain. It's the presence of peace. Growth doesn't always look like success. Sometimes it's just learning how to sit with yourself, how to forgive the version of you that didn't know better, and how to love the one who finally does. That's the dark side of growth. It's where the light begins.